The following content is not meant for children. Hello everyone. Maester Aelix here, and welcome to the first midweek update. Last week I put out a video and it seemed to have done pretty well and people like to be informed. So I figured, why not fill that Wednesday slot that I've been needing to fill for quite some time? Make something a bit more casual, a bit more personal. First things first, yes, I am going to have a game for Thursday, but not tomorrow, a week from tomorrow, because I'm still getting it set up. You know, mods and the like. Maybe, maybe not. And what is it? I'm not going to tell you, it'll be a surprise. But do keep your eyes open, because I think you're going to like it, because if you like my stuff and you like what I like, I don't see why you wouldn't like this too. Secondly, I'm going to take these Wednesday opportunities to talk about things that are on my mind. And one thing that's been on my mind since about the 1980s or so, and that is Transformers. Online, I've been talking to some friends lately about Transformers and role-playing and continuity and all that, and one thing I would really love to see someday is a video game where you can make your own custom Transformer. It doesn't have to be terribly complex, but like, hey, let me choose to be a car or a plane or a motorcycle or something. I think that would be really cool. And if you could, maybe throw in some role-playing elements. You level up, you can get on bigger parts, you can start off as a small Transformer, then working your way up to like an Optimus Prime guy, or maybe even like eventually a city where other smaller Transformers hang out on you. Albeit I was a Generation 1 Transformers guy growing up, I really didn't get into it story-wise until Armada. In my Transformers canon, minicons are a thing, and I really like them. So yeah, I would love to see a Transformers video game. Highly customizable roleplay elements. Maybe some minicons in there as well. You know, other power-ups or things you can clank on. Of course, in my mind, any robot game is going to look like Armored Core. Because dang did I play the hell out of Armored Core Master of the Arena and other games from that time period. Oh, I love those games. And that's the level of customizability I really like. One thing I really enjoyed about that game was you can go on these missions and you might be able to throw the mission to get yourself a magical or extra special part. Like, hey, we have to guard this train from enemies because it's carrying a super awesome engine. And you're like, yoink my engine now. Hey, they're not going to pay you. I'm like, I don't need to buy an engine anymore. I have the best one in the game. That kind of stuff. It was really great. But since we're talking about giant robots, I would also be remiss about not mentioning one of the first ones that really got me into the genre, and that's Carnage Heart. Now, 10 bonus points to anyone who remembers that game. And it has one of the most interesting mechanics I've seen. You see, in Carnage Heart, while you did design the robots, you also had to design their programming through very basic tile-based programming things. And that meant when you launched them into battle, they were not controlled by you. They were controlled by the program you made. And that was really fun. And online, you could also find programs other people made, like indiscriminate fire launcher or, you know, really smart missile launchers. There was a lot of options out there, and my god, that game has made it so fun. However, it did kind of wreck me. Now I want a higher grade version of that game where I don't necessarily need to program the AI of it, but I would love to have a game where it's like, okay, let me fine-tune, use this kind of arm and this kind of weapon and these kind of internal bits and pieces, and see how everything works together, and then launch it into the world and see how the computer plays it itself. And I think that would be really cool, because I love builder games, and I like getting into the fine fiddly details. That's kind of the entire point of my Stellaris Empires series, just getting in there in the nitty-gritty fine-tuned stuff, and oh yeah. Oh, man. Anyway, I think that's about time for this particular video. So here's where I'll say thank you all for joining me. I really hope you're going to enjoy this series of very non-scripted, nonchalant talking. And please feel free to comment. That'll help dictate what I talk about next episode. And I shall see you all next time.